The story is a tragedy. A Crystal mom killed in a crash, her husband seriously injured. The crash caused by a reckless driver who says he didn't want to stop for police. On Thursday, that driver learned his punishment for the fatal crash. A judge sentenced 21-year-old Quentin Hudson to nearly 14 years. About 2/3 of that is expected to be served in prison, the rest on supervised release. Court documents show Hudson was speeding when he was spotted by an officer on patrol. Hudson kept going, fleeing police and eventually slamming into a minivan at 36 and Orchard Avenues in Robbinsdale. The crash killed 34-year-old Emily Girding and injured her husband, John Girding, who suffered a traumatic brain injury. The couple have 2 young children. Both worked as special education teachers in the Anoka-Hennepin School District. A major construction project has finally wrapped up in Plymouth, and when you drive it, you may notice more roundabouts near City Hall.
So the 4 roundabouts in the corridor will help with traffic. It'll minimize the number of accidents and the severity of accidents, but it is also more pedestrian friendly. So it'll slow down vehicles.
Plymouth Boulevard reconstruction between Rockford Road and Highway 55 is complete. The project took about 8 months to finish. Construction costs were around $11 million. With the roadway back open, drivers will have an easier time accessing city amenities and local businesses.
Our nearby businesses are very excited. They started getting a little anxious towards the end as they want their customers back. They want people to be back in the area, and we're excited to have them back.
Landscaping work in the corridor will continue next summer, but the road itself should last decades. After years of work, Brooklyn Center finally had the grand opening of an apartment complex that the developer says is much needed.
We wanted to honor this community, one, by making sure that we could provide a place where folks can live, families can live, and be proud of where they live at, regardless of one's economics.
City leaders and those behind the project celebrated the opening of Wangstead Commons Apartments. The 54-unit, 4-story complex was built at 61st Avenue and Brooklyn Boulevard, adjacent to Wangstead Park. It features 1 to 4 bedroom rentals. The developer says the higher quality apartments are part of an effort to help people who are struggling financially live with dignity. While this project will help provide affordable housing, there is still much work to do.
In the state of Minnesota, we need about 110,000 more affordable housing units here in this state. So we have a lot of work to do, but Wangstead Commons isn't a bad start to that here in Brooklyn Center.
The price for the apartments range from $900 up to $2,300 per month. What kind of toys did you enjoy as a child? This weekend, you can check out toys from decades past. It's part of an exhibit at the Golden Valley Historical Society. Photojournalist Dustin Scholl takes us there in today's Weekend Showcase.
Here we have an old cutter sleigh. This dates to about 1880. Still retains its original wool plumes. Pretty swanky, huh? I was a history major, kind of never lost my interest and passion for history. This is kind of a neat reminder of yesteryear and the way it used to be. And each piece has its own story. In this area, we have some other transportation related toys. Some of the oldest ones here would include this Buddy L express truck. These are very heavy gauge, 22 gauge steel toys. Consequently, they tend to survive. This would have been immediately recognizable to any kid in the 1920s by that distinctive Mack truck front end. And of course, being a dump truck, it would have been one of the more popular models out on the playground or the sandbox. And this is a boat that actually existed. It was called the Scotia, and it's a twin paddle wheeler. Everybody knew about it. And so when this turned up under the Christmas tree from Santa Claus, it would have been a really big deal. This is a pressed steel Murray pedal car from about 1950. This is a very popular category of vintage toy when sci-fi and things like that were especially all the rage. This is a flexible flyer junior racer, 1920s, 1930s, that a lot of kids today, you show them this sled, they don't even know what it is. The golden age of toys in the 20s before the stock market crash, we will never see again. Here's a sweet little guy, kind of a grizzly bear on wheels, a pull toy. And this is a Flexi Racer, helmet sold separately. There's a sneaky little historical story that underlines each and every item. History is fun, right?
You can see the toy exhibit at the Golden Valley Historical Society's 4th annual holiday open house. It takes place from 11 until 3 on Saturday. Finally, this segment, art where kids can be themselves. Now through December 29th, you can view art done by hundreds of elementary school students in the Robbinsdale Area School District. All 11 elementary schools in the district are part of the show. Teachers who helped with the project encouraged students to take risks and share parts of themselves.
Art is such a beautiful space where there aren't rigid rules or structures, especially in a society where we're really hounding in on test scores and standardized testing. Art is the space where kids can come in and just portray parts of themselves, make mistakes and be okay with it, and learn real life skills.
You can see the art at the Robbin Gallery in Robbinsdale. We leave you now with more of the exhibit. Enjoy.
Champlin Park's boys hockey team is off to a great start. The Rebels put their 4-0 record on the line against another very good foe, Rogers. Chaz Moots has the highlights.
Champlin Park hasn't had a 4-0 start to the season in over 20 years. Rogers off to a 4-1 start to their season. Early first period, Royals already up 1-0. They wasted no time, added another here. Kellen Brand, good crash on net. Rogers up 2-0. Rebels looking to answer back. Less than a minute left in the first. Evan Long flips one in from the point. It goes off a Royal defender and into the net. Champlin Park closes the gap. 2-1 after one. Rogers scored another quick goal to start the second. Then Parker Desheen gets behind the Rebels defense. The senior finishes it off going 5-hole. The Royals go up 4-1. They really got on a roll in the second period. On the power play, Desheen dished to Keaton Wise. Wise scored 2 goals on the night just in the second period alone. The Royals scored 6 total goals. CP did at least score the final goal in the second, a big swing one-timer from Brent Solomon on the power play, but all Rogers, they go on the road and win 8-2. In Champlin, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
The Benilde-St. Margaret's girls hockey team carried a 4-game winning streak into their matchup with another top 10 team in Class AA when they faced Andover. The Red Knights ranked 7th in the state in Class AA, the Huskies number 6. Early first period, Andover's Courtney Little slides a pass to Maya Angler, and after a couple of tries is finally able to slip the puck into the Red Knights' net. It's 1-0 Huskies. That's the score after the first period. Second period, BSM's Lulu Rosinski passes to Bryn Heising, and she shoots and scores. Red Knights tie the game 1-1 on Heising's power play goal. Still in the second, and a great tape-to-tape pass from Rosinski to Kendall Hassler, and the senior roofs the shot for a goal. Another power play marker for Benilde-St. Margaret's, and they lead 2-1 after 2. And Red Knights goalie Ellie Hancock keeps it that way. Third period, a stop here on the Huskies' Mackenzie Jones. And later, Ella Thorson gets deep with the puck. Hancock is there again. 27 saves on the night for her as Benilde-St. Margaret's wins 2-1 to improve their season's record to 6-1-1. Park Center and Maple Grove met for the Section 5 4A title in boys basketball last season, with Park Center coming out on top. Both teams are off to slow starts this winter and hope to get on the right track when they met in Brooklyn Park. Jay Wilcox has highlights.
Maple Grove 0-2 coming in as they face shorthanded 1-2 Park Center in boys basketball. Abu Keita knocks down a 3 from the left wing in the early going, and Park Center leads it 6-3. But Maple Grove surges. Keegan Harney drives to the hoop to score the lefty layup, and it's 7-6 Crimson. In transition, Babakar Ann finds Henry Knutson for a 3 from the corner. Maple Grove goes up 15-8. Those two pass back and forth, and Ann lines up a long three from the right side. It's 21-10 Crimson. Keita provides most of the offense for the Pirates. The step-back jumper here, but they struggle to stay in it. Knutson gets in the passing lane for the steal, then a little hesitation dribble, and he gets all the way to the hoop for the layup as the Crimson keep rolling. After a Pirates turnover, Harney sends it ahead, and Ann rises up for the big jam. He's one of the state's top sophomores. Final seconds of the first half, and Harney trying to beat the buzzer, but Cole Johnson gets the Lorenzo Charles-like basket, a reference to the 1983 North Carolina State NCAA win. It's 43-24 Crimson at halftime. And Maple Grove runs away with it. Harney sinks the three-pointer in the second half as Maple Grove gets its first win. 78-36 is the final. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.